to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
Filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
I would say happy Monday, but as you can see, the two of us, our teams are officially eliminated from playoff contention. So it's not that much of a happy Monday for our football teams, but it's still a happy Monday, man. Either way, because we got some great.
Before the game even started, Dave.
Yeah, I know. We got some great content going though. For today, we got to talk Ravens, Steelers, man. You know, I said something on Friday. I said I think the Ravens going to get it, and that's what happened. Lamar and the Ravens got it at home. Jalen Hurts went out with a concussion on Sunday, man. Kenny Pickett came in. You know, they still put up 30-plus points, but they lost the game. You know, Jaden Daniels led a game-winning drive through a touchdown pass to Jamison Crowder. We got to talk about that, too, and then – we got to talk about my team, man. San Francisco eliminated from playoff contention with a loss on the road against Miami. I mean, y'all lost. Y'all didn't lose, but y'all out the playoff too. So,
hey, misery loves company.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, we got top 10 pick now, so I can celebrate that because y'all won. So,
see what I'm saying? The gift that keeps on giving.
Hey, that means y'all are further away from getting the Ashton Genty. That means you definitely not getting it. But man, it's we got some great things to talk about today. Tomo, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, outside of the 0.002 chance that we had to make it to the playoffs, you know, it's real. It gets ugly when you got to root for one of your rivals to probably help you get into the playoffs. So once I seen that come up, I was like, yeah, I don't care who wins at this point. It's over. But to go see my team go out there and fight the way they did and beat a good team, you know, that's two good teams that we beat on the season. Commanders can't say the same thing, but that helps me. I got kicked out of the fantasy league playoffs. I'm gonna have to hear about it once Mark joins us later. So it's a good day for the Commanders fans all around the board. But I'm here to talk sports with my boy, man.
Exactly. As you can see, Joe is not here today, but you know, hopefully he's here on Friday when we do our other show. We do have. I mean, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, y'all. So we had to switch it up and do it today. I mean, it's a part of the holiday. So yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all understand. So happy holidays to everyone who, you know, celebrates the holiday weekend. Happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, you know, all those good things. And then, of course, you know, it's soon to be Happy New Year because that's definitely coming up next. So we're going to go ahead and get started, man. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and X right now. So make sure you like, share, subscribe on each one. This is the Refuse to Lose Network. Shout out to Lambo Anlo on the intro, and shout out to Ed Hahn on the logo. Tomo, man, even though we had you kind of had a mixed Sunday. I had a double upsetting Sunday. You know, not only did the Niners lose, but Miami squandered a 20-point lead and lost in the fourth quarter. Yeah. We were up 20 against the Magic and then lost that game. Only put up 8 points in the fourth quarter. As a team.
No friends.
Exactly. So we got to deal with that. That means we're down 0-2 to the Magic right now, which means I got to hear something. I got to hear Vaughn's mouth. So got to deal with that. But either way, It's time to turn up, Tomo.
Yeah, we definitely got to do that.
Turn me up, 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 up.
Other than that, Tomo, the floor is yours.
Man, so like you said, we talked about it on Friday. We had Carl come on here and say who can win this division, and we said it all starts with this one game. So Saturday, it kind of threw me off because we got the bowl games going on, and then you see NFL games pop up, and it's like, man, Penn State doing their thing. Ohio, I ain't gonna talk too much about it. Go check out CTC. He had an episode this morning, but it looks like all the powers did go to Penn State this weekend because that's the only team in Pennsylvania that won. And the AFC North, I mean, if somebody that's watching this right now and they'll get the reference. I'm not a Gotti. Some people are Goaties or Gotti. I don't know how you pronounce it, but to the Game of Thrones fans out there, the North remembers, and Lamar remembered that 1-4 record that he had against the Steelers up until Saturday night. So, out of the doubleheaders, we had the Ravens defeat the Steelers 34-17 in a pivotal Week 16 matchup at M&T Bank or Money in the Bank or Cash in the Bank. Carl has so many phrases. I think that's what gave Lamar Jackson his motivation, man.
So many.
And with that win, they clinched the playoff berth, shaking up the AFC North standings. And right now, I think both teams are standing 10-5 in the division. So we just want to do a quick recap. And Dave, since you did the intro, I'll start this one off. Mike Tomlin. I'm gonna save some of the juice for you though, Dave, because you had a lot to say about top 5 coaches. But Mike Tomlin, there's a meme going around and say once he get past 9 wins, he does not care. It's just like he don't care about winning after that one. And that game right there, boy, it was one of the ones. I know Vaughn gonna sit back. I know a lot of Steelers fans gonna say, "Man, did you even watch the game?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watched it," and I watched Russ run all the way into the end zone and fumble the ball and give the Ravens the energy boost that they needed. I watched Lamar Jackson throw a pick when they could have took the momentum back in the game, and then I watched Russ throw a pick 6 right back to Marlowe for that Ravens defense to show up. There's been a lot of things going around about how the Ravens defense probably start off slow, but something about the way they end the season is crazy to see your actual MVP-esque quarterback go out there and throw that pick in a moment where you can go up another 7 points after that drive and say, hey, we're gonna close them out right here. Throws a pick, defense does what? Get the pick 6. And for a guy that's been struggling all season, I'm not even gonna just put it all on him, but because he's known as Mr. Automatic, it's been a rough season for Justin Tucker, and for him to get the 51-yard field goal, that kind of lifted up a little bit of spirits too. It's just like anything that could go right went right for the Ravens, and anything that can go wrong went wrong for the Steelers. And trust me, being a Cowboys fan, I definitely know that saying like the back of my hand. So for me, this game, it definitely lived up to everything that we thought it was going to be. It didn't turn out the way. Yeah, it definitely didn't turn out the way the Steelers did. And another key factor that I noticed too was Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is coming on as one of them wide receivers that's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like, we got to start talking about how he can make plays. But Ravens, y'all did y'all thing. Steelers, you still have a chance. I think they play the Chiefs next, so we'll see.
Absolutely. That's going to be a tough game for the Steelers next week going against the Chiefs. This game right here pretty much was either giving the Steelers the opportunity to go ahead and clinch the division, because if the Steelers win that game, that's it. They win the division. It's not really much that the Ravens can do to come back and win a division, because they would be down 0-2, which means that Steelers would own the tiebreaker. So that would pretty much been it. But you mentioned the Ravens defense. Remember, they were ranked 31st in the league this year. Close to like 24th or 25th. They're 17th ranked now. So they definitely jumped up, which means in the last 4 or 5 weeks, this defense has gotten a lot better. They only allowed 17 points against the Steelers. I don't believe the Steelers even had over 400 yards. You know, that was common with when Russ got to the offense. They was pretty much averaging about 350 to 400 yards per game. That didn't happen in that game. They were able to contain the run as much as they needed to. Like you said, Russ made some costly mistakes twice in that game. A fumble in the red zone, not good. Can't have that. And then you throw a pick 6, it's not good. For me, as far as Mike Tomlin, I'm not going to put this on Mike Tomlin. I'm not gonna put that game on Mike Tomlin. I don't think that was a coaching issue. That was more so of a Russ issue. It seems like Russ was that was the issue with them. And then the Steelers cornerbacks weren't really able to get any coverage, especially on the tight ends. Isaiah Likely got an easy walk-in touchdown in that game. And it seems like everyone, Andrews got a touchdown. Rashad Bateman had another good game, getting a touchdown in that game. Zay Flowers was able to do what he wanted pretty much. So I'm not gonna say that was a Mike Tomlin issue. I understand the meme going around, and I definitely could have taken a little shot about that, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll definitely say that was more so just the Ravens just doing what they needed to do to win that game. Lamar Jackson had a good game, even though he threw an interception in that game. He definitely played well enough to win. Derrick Henry didn't go crazy, but he did have some big gains in that game to allow the offense to continue to keep going. And the Ravens defense, which is opportunistic, man, they did what they needed to do to create some turnovers and make some key stops in that game. And then lo and behold, the best kicker in the league happens to show right back up in this game.
When you need him the most, right?
Exactly. When you need him the most, he came back and came up. You know, he made the field goals he was supposed to make. He didn't miss any extra points. He was 100% from the field in this game. So he did what he was supposed to do. He wasn't a terrorist this time, Carl. So you ain't got to call him a terrorist this time. But he played well, man. But this was more of a, like I said, from what I see, it was more of a day. We just got bum rushed.
Oh, he wasn't playing no game. You see what happened? All right, so you know what?
We just got bum rushed. But
Carl, once you're done, we're gonna get called. We're gonna get called 3 minutes because this is. He said, "How y'all gonna talk about the Ravens and not invite me?"
It is his team. It is his team. So I understand him bum rushing. It's all good. But look, man, I just want to give credit to the Ravens for winning this game. Because they did, like I said, they took care of business. I said this Friday going into the game, and I feel like this was going to be different because Lamar Jackson's finally at home playing against the Steelers, and he's going to be able to have a good game, and that's what happened. He had a good game. So, great job to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
And with that being said,
bruh. Nah, bro. First of all, I got beef because every time when we be losing to the Steelers, I'm on the show. I'm here. We win. I don't get no invites. That's crazy. I be god dog if I'm on here for losses. If I'm not here for a win, I need to be celebrated like I get more. This is BS. I'm calling BS on the network. I'm putting in a complaint to HR. This is crazy. But my boys did what I said they was gonna do. We took care of business in the bank. My name was Money in the Bank, and we cashed in Saturday. Man, look. First of all, shout out Mark Andrews. First touchdown against the Steelers in his career. Couldn't have came at a better time. Shout out Marlon Humphrey. I've been screaming it at the top of my lungs for 2 years, since the beginning of last year. Move Marlon to the slot and let him make plays. How did he catch that pick six? In the slot, tight end leaks in the flat. He jumps it. Pick six. He tried to cover himself from that fine. He gonna get fined for taunting. He tried to cover himself. I seen David Ajabo. I wanted to pitch it back. No, you didn't. He was taunting. That fine is coming. You getting that FedEx. But shout out my boy Marlo in the slot making plays. And I told y'all that defense has been a lot better since we let go of Eddie Jackson. Now I didn't say this, which is very true. We did stop moving Kyle all around the defense. He's basically backed it with him and Ardarius Washington. He does come up from time to time in the box, but he's backed in mainly with Ardarius Washington, and him communicating with Roquan Smith has made the defense a lot better. But I want to talk about this because I know it's a Steelers fan. You know who you are, Javon. You said y'all won the game. The difference of the game was the turnovers. Y'all done won 2 games in Pittsburgh because of turnovers. The game you just won this year in Pittsburgh was because of turnovers. As soon as we took the lead, got the ball back, Isaiah Likely fumbled before half and gave y'all the lead back. Y'all won games because of turnovers. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Y'all know I like to say that myself. But y'all had 2 turnovers. We had 1. This wasn't a huge difference. It's not like we played clean. Normally, y'all play clean, and we just playing sloppy. Y'all had 2. We had 1. Lamar threw a terrible pick in the red zone. And Russ said, hold on, I got you back, bro. I got you, player. Get your points that y'all was supposed to get. And he threw a pick 6. So, and one thing I can correct you on, Dave, Derrick Henry had a monster game. He didn't score a touchdown, but he had 150 rushing yards against that defense. That's a monster game. But, man, I love it. My boys are now tied for the division, and the prophecy is almost fulfilled. All I need is for KC to come through it and do their thing. Go ahead, Pat Mahomes, get that dub, clinch that number 1 seed. I know we can't clinch it, so clinch that number 1 seed so somebody else, Josh Allen, can't clinch it. And then we're going to come through, hopefully beat the Texans. And we got the division right there. Then we just got to beat the Browns. And the division is ours. But shout out my boys, man. They did their thing at the bank. They showed out, won by 17. The game was close. It was closer than the score reads at the end because we pulled away late. But, hey, man, I just had to get on here because I be on here after every loss. I need to get celebrated.
You're right. And we had a lot of scheduling. You know, I'm on behalf of Refuse to Lose Network. I'll say we had a lot of scheduling going on, so we couldn't really get guests like we really wanted to and reach out.
Plus Tomo has a show after this, so we want to make sure we don't go over time. So
I know I shouted them out this morning.
Yeah. And we got 2 guests coming.
And you already know they gonna be on here for a little second.
Hey, I just needed my little 15 seconds, bro. That's all I needed. Man. I was on the phone with my cousin. I read the title. I said, hold on. I'll call you back.
Well, we glad you could join us right quick and get your grievances off, and also let the world know that, hey, the division is yours to lose now, right?
Well, they got it right now. They got the tiebreaker, so they still got it. But if KC come through and handle business Wednesday, and we handle our business against the Texans Wednesday, it then becomes ours to lose.
Okay. Well, it feels good to still be talking about the playoffs. At least some of us can.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead, get your last words in, man. We gotta talk about these eliminated teams next, man.
All right, man. Shout out R2L. HR, look for a complaint soon. We play the Lakers tonight. So, hey, man, let's go 2-0 against these boys. I think it's the last game of the season, so let's sweep these boys. Michigan State, I don't think we play again, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But that's beside the point. Let's keep going. Chipotle bet still on for Maryland, so I can't wait for that. Other than that, man, appreciate my little 15 seconds. I'll be in the chats.
I bet, man. Thanks for joining us, Carl.
Appreciate you for coming on, sir.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
All right. You see how teams are. You see how people are so joyful when their team's still in the playoff hunt. You know what I mean?
So joyful he bum rushed us to make sure he had a chance to say something.
Hey, I wish I could have showed his name. His name said cashed in, and he definitely came and cashed in for that victory they got.
Facts.
But from one hardball to no, I'm joking. I wish it was a hardball. Actually, if y'all had hardball, y'all might still be doing something. But I ain't gonna do that to you, Dave. I could kick a man while he down, but I ain't the Eagles fan, so we gonna talk about it like this.
You saw that? You saw that?
No, hey, he been kicking us ever since, man. It's just been that year, but it's all good. You gotta have your moments. So you may see the title, and you may be like, "What's going on here?" So if you're out there right now, you know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of dating apps, there's a lot of things going on. You know, you got a whiner, you got a diner. Then you might be like, "What's the 49er?" That means if it don't go well, you can just go ahead and eliminate it all together, because that's kind of what happened this season, right? The 49ers, just like the Cowboys, got that same text message right after the Commanders won, saying that, hey, your playoff dreams have now been concluded. So you might as well wrap it up. We watched Debo go out there and have one of the greatest games ever after people saying he don't get his touches.
But we still lost.
Yes. And the part that really sucks the most is the Rams, after the Rams and the Commanders went early Sunday, that basically ensured the loss. For the first time since 2020, the NFC champs have a losing season and are not making the playoffs. Dave, I know at some point I'm going to have to talk about the Cowboys again, but what's your reaction to it?
I want to address some 49er fans first before I talk about the actual game. I mean, I guess it's kind of sort of involved in it. I've been seeing on Twitter a lot that people are trying to blame Brock Purdy for losing that game. Let me remind y'all that Brock Purdy, who is the quarterback, led the team in rushing yesterday for 4 carries and 26 yards. No one else had more than 26 yards altogether. which means that we were down to our fifth running back, not fourth, our fifth, because people forget it's CMC, Elijah Mitchell,
Isaac.
then you got Jordan Mason, then
Mhm.
Isaac. Patrick Taylor is the fifth running back. So we were down to our fifth running back. So we had that going. Trent Williams has not played a game in the last few weeks, and he has now been announced he won't play the last 2 games. He's out for the rest of the season. Even though Tyler Funga has come back, he's been gone most of the year. Dre Greenlaw came back and got hurt in the first game he got back, and then he got hurt again yesterday, which means his season might be over. And I honestly think it should be Kyle Shanahan. You need to save Dre Greenlaw from himself and just stop him from playing for the rest of the season. We got 2 meaningless games to us right now because we're not going to the playoffs. So sit him. There's no point in playing him right now. Let D. Wentz play or whoever else we have back there. Don't let Dre Greenlaw go out there and possibly mess up his career. So you got that. The one player I want to give a lot of praise to is someone who's been consistent all season long. Well, 2 players on the offense, and that's George Kittle and Jawan Jennings. George Kittle has had another fantastic season this year. He had 8 catches for 106 yards in that game. He didn't score, but he had the best game out of anyone else other than Deebo Samuel, who had 7 catches for 96 yards. Still hasn't had a 100-yard receiving game in a while, but you got Deebo Samuel, who 7 for 96 and a touchdown. So he had his best game so far yet this year. But I mean, this is not the lineup that a lot of us were expecting to see. You got Brock Purdy with a bad offensive line. Trent Williams is not there. The defense is not there. I mean, you got so many guys on the defense that's hurt. So many guys in the offense that's hurt. And we just don't have the depth. People talk about the Lions. The Lions actually have a lot of good depth, even though they have those injuries. They have great depth pieces. We don't have that. So with the injuries and no good depth pieces, then that's when you result in a 6-9 record. And then 3-4 losses that you had this year when you had the lead in the fourth quarter and you actually squander it. So it just doesn't bode well for that. And then you go from being a top 5 defense to a bottom 20 defense, probably bottom 25. That doesn't help you out. So we just got to look at what's next. And I'm going to say the same thing I've said the last few seasons. If we don't attack this offensive line, it's going to be crazy again. It's going to be another issue. The offensive line has been an issue for a while. Colt McKivitz is not the answer. I say it every single time I come on here. He is not the answer. He sucks. He's trash. He needs to be cut. I don't care what happens, but he does not need to be on the team. He's not a good guard. He's not a good tackle. He's not a good guard. Does not matter. He can't protect anybody. So it's no point in him being up there. Jake Brendel, also not a good center. So we got that. Shout out to Dominic Puny, the rookie out of Kansas who actually played very well this season at right guard. So that's another person on the offensive line that actually plays well. But we need some depth pieces, man. We need some depth pieces, and we got to figure out what we're going to do with that defensive line because we need to add some depth to the defensive line and to the linebacker crew because, like I said, Dre Greenlaw is not healthy. Who knows what's going to happen next season because he's not under contract. Him and Tyler Funga are both pretty much free agents this year. They're unrestricted free agents. So what are we going to do? Are we going to give them contracts or are we going to let them go? Because I tell you one thing, I don't believe in Jair Brown. I don't think he needs to be in that spot where Tyler Funga is. It needs to be Tyler Funga and Malik Mustafa. That's who needs to be as the safeties right now. Tashad Gibson gives up a lot of plays. Travarius Ward, I'm glad that he's, definitely still praying for him and his family. Him and Trent Williams have both had death in their families this year with their kids passing away, unfortunately. So I hope they're able to get themselves together throughout the offseason and prepare themselves for next year. But those are 2 important players there, along with a whole bunch of other players, man. But in that game, Brock Purdy did throw a pick late in that game to where we had an opportunity to win that game, but he got hit. because of the bad offensive line, because of the bad protection schemes. It's not good. It's not good. There's no way we're going to be able to win that when we have situations like that going. And I'm just not sure what the plan is going to be for next season as far as to get him extra protection. Because there's so many people saying that Brock Purdy is not it. We need to go sign Aaron Rodgers or trade for somebody else or something. I'm like, why are we talking about all of this when Brock Purdy was just in the Super Bowl last season? We're going to pretty much throw him away after one season.
Exactly.
Y'all didn't do that with Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy Garoppolo did not play as good as he did to get to the Super Bowl.
Or Trey Lance.
Exactly. Exactly. And I was one of the people that complained that we traded away Trey Lance. But I also defended Brock Purdy when I saw him continue to play well. And I'm not going to easily give up on him after one season. I mean, he turned the ball over more this season. I get it. I understand that. He has to clean it up next year. But one thing I say about Brock Purdy is that he's a leader. He's a guy that takes accountability for his mistakes. He did that in that game. He said, look, I got hit when I threw the interception, but I still should have, I should have just taken the sack or something like that and not throw the ball. But I tried to give my guy a chance, and I just, I didn't give him much of a chance because I underthrew him. But his goal was to throw it over the cornerback and where Jawan Jennings was, and he would have caught it, and he probably would have, gained some yards. We would have been able to at least put ourselves in position to win that game because it was only 17-22 at that time. So we had a huge chance to win that game. But it just didn't happen. It didn't work out that way. So season's over for 49ers. So what's going to happen in the offseason? Who are we going to draft? That's what we got to look at. Where are we going to be in the draft? Right now, we're a top 10 pick, but we'll see.
Well, with that happening and, coming from someone who's on Twitter as well and seeing the Twitter X, whichever name y'all want to call it at this point in time, I'm going to say X because that's his official name. But knowing how the fans are on there and seeing that one pass that was an interception, I did see that going around. Like it spread like wildfire. It was like, this is why they've been fumbling the bag, or he fumbled the season away after this. And I was like, technically, as a Cowboy fan, you should I don't feel for you because you're a 49er, but I understand your plight because we dealt with injuries too. Like across the board, a lot of our players did come back towards the end of the season, but you all dealt with injuries in significant spots, and you didn't have the depth to cover up for that. You had it at running back, but then you lost one. Then you had it at running back, then you lost another one. Then you had it, and then it's like you lost it again. And it was just like, man, injury after injury after injury. But these are things that you also say about your team. If you don't watch the show and you're new to the show, welcome. But Dave has always been saying this about the 49ers, and I listen closely when you say it is for a team that's in the playoffs consistently as you are and making it to the Super Bowl at the rate that you've all made it, even though you lost it, that's a lot of wear and tear on teams. LeBron says it when he went to the finals all them years. He's like, I'm tired. Like, I can't play in the Olympics. I play until June every single year. I can't do any summer games. So that's just what's going to happen to him. But now, if you're in the NFC, I know we're going to move over and start talking about the Eagles. I'm waiting for the Commander fan to show up. He must still be flying with JD5. But the NFC playoff race is
eating them DC cheesesteaks.
Man, they're going to say steak and cheese, Mo. Stop playing.
Right.
Cheesesteaks is up in Philly. They can keep that up there. But hold up. Carson Beck out for the season.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I posted that.
Okay, and there you go.
There he goes.
So now I can actually end this segment by saying with the 49ers being out, this opens up the NFC playoff race because you all were that consistent threat for teams there. So now you got the Rams. Who else? You got the Rams, the Seahawks who's still fighting, Detroit, the Eagles, Vikings, and the Commanders right now. There's one more team I think that's fighting, but I can't really talk about it. But it's not my time. It's not my time. The time is here. The NFC East, and I'm going to set the stage for these two guys, and I'm going to close my laptop because I don't need too much to talk about. We have Mark, who's been on the show a lot. Look, he's backstage smiling. I wish you all right now.
Cheese back there.
I'm going to say it again. Kev, I hope you can hear me, Kev. It's your time. We have Mark representing the Commanders, if you don't know. We have Kev, who's representing the Eagles. There's two full divisions outside of the Bengals that are in the NFL chat. AFC North, NFC East. the division that fights the most has to be the NFC East. The two teams that probably hate each other the most, or the team that's hated the most, some people would say, is the Eagles. The Commanders weren't good last year. The Commanders are good this year, and they feel like it's their time to talk. Some would say that they're commanders of chaos because they stir up the most chaos with some of their expectations. But this is not my fight today. We're going to bring up Mark and Kev. Let me get these cameras ready. What's up, Mark?
What's going on, man?
What in the world? Man, YouTube copyrights, Kev. Man, I hope he still ain't got that plan. Hey, man.
Which is news.
Hey, bro. You win. Let me see. Hold on.
You got an Eagle shiesty on?
Yeah.
Oh man, you gotta take that off, loser.
You gotta see me again, my fella. You gotta see me again.
We might see each other again.
My fella.
Ain't no might.
We might, you know.
Wish I may, wish I might.
Right,
we might end up taking the division. Y'all lose the next two. The division belongs to us. You know?
Okay.
I feel like this interreg on these two boxes. I can't even introduce a segment.
No more.
They're already going at it. All right, so look, Commanders of Chaos. Basically, if you don't know now, you know we're talking about the Eagles versus the Commanders. We're doing a recap. We all seen the game. If you didn't see it, you probably seen the highlights. The Commanders found a way to come back from a 21-0 deficit to defeat the Eagles and still have hope to actually win the division 36-33. And like the song says, I'm like a bird, so I'm going to fly away. And in true R2L fashion, the losers go first. Okay, tell us about that game.
The game. That's all it was, a game to us, you know.
Are you gonna show your face at all this show, man?
I'm feeling like Kanye. He don't deserve to see my face. He can see
like a DC evil villain, man. Like
he can see my face when it matters. You know, I like to stand over my. But nah, in all seriousness, though, I'm gonna give my flowers to Jay and Daniels. With his 5 touchdowns I have or whatever. But that game, like I said, was just a game. It meant really nothing for us at all. It really meant nothing for us at all, to be honest with you. We could have locked the division up, but even throughout that week, you can see me. But even throughout the week, our players, when it came to the division, they didn't want to ask any questions about that because that's not the goal. The division is not the goal. The NFC, nothing is the goal but the Super Bowl. So, however, whatever, it's between us and the Vikings and the Lions, however it was for the number 1 seed. The best bet is to rest the players up, get into the playoffs, and let's make it work happen. The game itself, we was in position to win. I don't want to break it down just yet because I don't want to get into that. I want to let Mark go and celebrate or have or whatever. I'm going to let him troll while I'm going to state some facts, you know. Cause I know he wants to celebrate his win, so I'm going to let him just troll a little bit. I'm going to let him stumble over his words or throw a little stuff out there, and I'm going to put him back in place. But the Commanders won. It was a tough game. It was a game that they needed. But, hey, it is what it is. We played Dallas. We beat Dallas. It's over for them. I mean, not even over for them, but they still fighting for the playoffs. They didn't clinch anything. Or did they?
Who?
Did the Commanders clinch the playoffs?
Oh
No.
Nope.
Oh, they're still fighting. I mean, you know, so they still fighting. That's what it is right now. So the fight is still in the fight.
Fight back, Mark.
Fight on.
Oh, okay. Well, where should I start? Should I start with the turnovers that the Eagles forced? Should I start off with their number 1 defense that allowed 30 plus points with 4 turnovers? Should I start with that? Or that you're gonna say, oh, Jalen Hurts was out. But Jalen Hurts was up 2 scores in the first quarter before he went out. And they got the number 1 defense.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Y'all
We're
was
gonna
up
run
two
it back.
scores.
It's okay. It's okay. We can run it back.
It's okay.
You know?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all was up 2 scores, and y'all had the number 1 defense out there. And y'all can say, "Oh, the defense on the field a long time." Y'all won the time of possession. Y'all was up by it wasn't even like it was close. Y'all dominated the time of possession. But guess what? Like we told y'all last time, JD wasn't playing like himself. He was still recovering from that rib injury. Like he was still, getting pain. He was still getting pads on his ribs after every drive. And now, I think Micah Parsons really woke Jaden Daniels up, to be honest with you, after that podcast and said what he said. Because ever since then, it's like he been on a tear. Like they opened the offense up to him. They let him do his thing. And now it just seemed like he unstoppable. Like it's nothing that Philly could have did. I know there's like, CJ went out. But 2 of the biggest plays that happened in the game, CJ was playing. He was in the game. The big one to De'Ami Brown, then the touchdown to Terry McLaurin.
That was
CJ
the
wasn't
biggest
out.
plays of the game. Or they
Those
accumulated the most
were 2
yards.
big plays because we was on the 4-yard line and y'all was up 2 touchdowns. I mean, like your defense you can't say anything about how good your defense is because JD5 I ain't gonna say he exposed y'all.
You said we can't say nothing about how good our defense is after one game.
That's what happens when you get exposed. It takes 1 game to get exposed. Am I lying? Am I lying? They take 1 game to get exposed, right? I'm not saying that we exposed.
They said that against the Buccaneers, and what happened after that?
I'm not saying that we exposed y'all defense.
You just said that.
We did throw something on film to where as though Guantanamo Bay or whatever y'all want to call it.
What did you throw?
Just throw the ball up,
Just throw it up. Just throw it in the coverage, right? Just throw it up.
Throw it one-on-one. When Terry beat Quinyon Mitchell, it was one-on-one coverage. Terry beat him on the end. He thought he was going inside and went outside, and it was so bad that he wasn't even in the frame for the replay. Quinyon wasn't even in the frame.
I mean, that's one play out of how many snaps my man played.
And then on top of that, the play right before that, it was a penalty. It didn't count, but Terry cooked him on the play right before that too. It was a penalty that came back.
So that's 2.
Don't forget about that.
That's 2. How many times did they match up? Name me another one.
He not getting targets.
Name me another one.
I just named 3. Now you want to do that? Look, that's what losers do. You see what happened when losers do?
Go ahead.
They was hot in the beginning of the year, and they tried to do something like, in the beginning, they got their little win streak going on and all that. Oh, we're going to beat y'all and all this. Now it really counts because you can say whatever you want about games in September. The games don't really count until December. I know y'all wanted to get that L out the way, but y'all supposed to got that L out the way earlier, not in the end of the year. So
I mean,
now,
we've been here before.
The team see what y'all going to do on defense.
We've seen this before.
Y'all have. Y'all have seen this before last season. And what happened in the first round?
No, this wasn't last season. Last season,
that's the last time they seen this. It was last season.
Last season, it wasn't 10 wins and then week 15. The last time we saw this, we was hosting at Lombardi's, but that's okay. We'll get there.
Y'all not getting there. Y'all already got.
I know your confidence
cursed. They already went to the Super Bowl and then they cursed already. You're not going back. You think you're going back this year? You think y'all gonna beat the Cowboys next week?
Are you ready to talk facts? Are you ready to speak facts?
You think the Cowboys gonna lose to Kenny Pickett? No, that won't happen. And then y'all gonna have to worry about the Giants for the last game.
Why you say Kenny
probably
Pickett?
Gonna sit y'all starters, and they might actually beat y'all.
Hey, Kenny Pickett is the only. So now it's just Kenny Pickett. I'm gonna punch you to pick your poison. First you say the Cowboys gonna lose to Kenny Pickett, or they gonna lose to the number 1 defense. Which one is it?
They gonna lose to Kenny Pickett because he's gonna be running the offense.
Oh, it's just Kenny Pickett. But did you know the same person that said Hurst is mid? So I'm trying to figure out what your angle is.
I'm not worried about the defense.
You're the number 1 Hurst hater in the world.
I didn't say nothing about Hurst not one time. Even when Hurst was in the game, he did nothing. He was like 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 with a scramble for like 15 yards. What was the score? Like a 15-yard scramble?
Hey, Mark, what was the score when Hurst left?
14 donut.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was 7-0.
It was 7-0.
7-0. It wasn't. Oh, okay. Saquon came in and ran the ball to touchdown. It ain't like he did nothing anyway. It ain't like he did nothing. Literally, Saquon scored y'all first 2 points. Your first 2 touchdowns, and that was it. The only person that we was worried about was Saquon. Stop Saquon and make Jalen Hurts beat you. That's the game plan.
Okay, look. I'm gonna start at midpoint, right? I'm gonna start when Jaden Daniels actually got good in the game because he was real mid rookie-ish at some point in the game.
We
Right?
ain't had the ball the whole first.
Okay, Jalen Hurts scored the touchdown, whatever. I mean, he was on the field when they scored the first touchdown, right? However, whatever. The next drive, y'all did nothing. Well, y'all first drive, y'all did nothing. Next drive, we scored. Next drive, y'all did nothing. Next drive, we scored. The next drive, y'all did nothing. Hurts got hurt.
Let me ask you a
question. No. Hurts got hurt before that. Hurts got hurt.
Ain't this what happened the first time we met each other? We was up 14-0, or we was up 2 scores.
Y'all was up,
and y'all came back.
But now listen,
we got no excuses. We lost that game.
No, but listen,
just like y'all just lost this one.
Listen,
same thing, but now it's different. When it comes to the Eagles, it's different, right?
Okay, look.
We didn't want to play this game.
Okay, look.
Everybody came out ready to play this game. AJ Brown was ready.
Okay,
CJ was ready. CJ was so ready to play the game that he got ejected for talking too much. That's how ready he was. Everybody was ready to play the game. And I know I want Jalen Hurts to be healthy, but after that hit, everybody's seen him get up. He looked like a deer in headlights.
Okay.
He looked like he's gone.
He never got back in the game. Talking about deer in headlights. He never played.
He looked like that when he got up off the ground.
He never played another snap after he got up. So
look,
here we
concussion
go.
protocol.
Y'all said that last game. Remember last time we played y'all? And he got up.
Had a number one defense. Y'all had 30 points. That's all you need to win with a number one defense and time of possession.
Listen to your corner.
Didn't Hurts get the same head knock in the first game that we played y'all?
No.
But they let him keep playing. Yes, he did.
Well,
he got punch drunk. He got punch drunk in the first game.
I remember because it was telling over the trick. It was the trick play.
He got punch drunk in the first game, and then you see they let him finish the game, and you seen what happened. So then headlights have whatever. He ain't finished the game. He left the game. JD, with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the half, right? He had 1 touchdown. No, he had 2 touchdowns. 7 for 13, 106 yards.
What was the time of possession?
What do you mean?
What was the time of possession? We wasn't on the field that much. Y'all was on the field.
But Hurts only did a drive and a half.
What was the time of possession? I don't care. Like Hurts wasn't gonna beat us. If anybody was gonna beat us, it was gonna be Saquon.
Hurts was.
We shut that down.
Y'all had 9 of the Bucks at that point. It don't matter.
He had like 40 yards total.
Listen. At that point in time in the game, it was 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the half, right? Pickett was 6 for 9, 74 yards, a touchdown and an interception.
And the L.
Then, listen. But since that point, CJ got a pick. And it's a minute and 44 seconds left. We missed the field goal right before the half, whatever.
Was that pick good defense, or was that like a mistake on Jaden Daniels?
It was good defense. We rushed him.
He was wide open.
So again,
he was wide open.
Again, as a Commander fan, context.
Of course,
the Eagles blitz less than any other team in the NFL. We are dead last in blitzing rate. We're dead last in blitzing rate. This past Sunday, we was number 1. Like we blitzed more than Jaden Daniels got blitzed more than he's ever been blitzed.
And he threw 5 touchdowns
after the fact. After the
touchdowns.
After the fact. This is after CJ left the game.
He threw a touchdown when CJ was in the game.
I know he did. I understand that, but when CJ left the game, the score was 24-14 at the time when CJ left. Your boy was still. He wasn't even past 120 yards passing at the time.
What was the time of possession? We had the ball for like 3 minutes in the third quarter. Y'all had the
ball.
How
was we holding the ball, Mark?
Literally, y'all had the ball the whole.
How was we holding the ball? What was we doing to hold the ball? Because Saquon was not killing y'all.
Penalties like crazy the whole time. We getting penalties. Pass interference, BS. Pass interference, BS. I give the third one. Did we score but like we seen way tougher like competition in that.
How many points did we score for that?
Y'all had 13 points off turnovers?
No, we didn't.
How many points you had on turnovers?
Like 6.
You didn't have 6 points off turnovers. Y'all scored a touchdown after we did our first little turnover the first time. That's 7 points right there.
Yeah.
That was the first drive.
Okay.
So keep going. Well, How many points y'all have on turnovers? I don't think
maybe 13.
He watched the game on the radio.
One touchdown, 2 field goals.
He heard the game. He ain't watching. He heard it on the radio.
I ain't hear nothing. I just want to hear your cap.
He heard it on the radio.
Oh,
That's
there
what
you
it
go.
was. I'm ready for this one. I'm ready. Like
You ain't ready for nothing. Nobody
Jalen
can
Hurts.
say.
I ain't bringing Jalen Hurts up. I'm bringing up your Eagles defense because that was
Jay and Daniels. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third quarter. 110 yards passing, 9 for 17, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Y'all had the ball for like 20 minutes. And we had the ball for 6 minutes. Okay. 5 touchdowns, and y'all dominated time of possession.
What are you saying? Oh, what I'm basically trying to tell you, Mark, is your boy ain't really started turning up until
we got the ball on offense.
He started getting overly aggressive, trying to make up for whatever the heck was going on.
He ain't turned up because we ain't have the
and
offense.
Even then, I heard you say this in the chat too, fellas. I want to say to the audience, we do have an NFL chat on IG. Well, we do get real live, especially after Victory Mondays when Philly lose, because chest gets extra hype when Philly lose. But however, whatever, right? Facts, Dino, facts. But like you said earlier, you was like, oh, because I was like, it was the one play to McLaurin when he got it of Quinn, but I wouldn't even call that blown coverage, whatever. He cooked Quinn. He caught him, whatever. When y'all made the wrong read, it was done. Yeah, he made the wrong read, it was done. But after that, Philly had never gained no blown coverages. We had 3 blown coverages back to back.
And that
has never happened. That has never happened to us all year.
That was Darius Slay running into the game.
And then one night when you said Slay wasn't supposed to be in the field, we won't know to tomorrow because Vic Fangio, he gonna tell the truth. I'm almost sure Slay was supposed to be on the field. Why would Slay not be on the field?
That's why they put the other dude out there. That's why 12
that makes no sense.
Slay wasn't supposed to be out there.
Allegedly, Slay wasn't supposed to be out there. Slay runs out the field with his 12 men on the field. Zacchaeus wide open.
Touchdown.
And
what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to talk about the other games that we played where y'all got the excuse where Devontae dropped a touchdown pass.
This is no excuse.
He dropped a 50-60
I'm giving context.
I ain't throw that out there. I'm just talking about what actually happened. So now
I'm giving context behind you trying to make it seem like your team is all of a sudden a superpower team or something. Like y'all about to make some noise out here.
The team became superpower.
Like we not
after the Cowboys game.
Like we not who we been all this time just because we lost to y'all this past Sunday.
We showed y'all who y'all was.
See us again.
We showed y'all who y'all was. Y'all ain't know who y'all was.
Okay, Mark. Are you gonna come in here after the playoffs and say the same thing?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
We here.
You're gonna say
once we win in the first round and then we get to the second round and somehow we're in the conference finals. We're like, oh, Mark told you so.
You're gonna say he was a rookie,
Wait,
all y'all gonna hate me.
You hear what he just said, Tomo?
Conference what?
Conference finals.
He said once we win the first round.
Go again. Another bold statement. Here we go.
All right. Y'all can do what you want. We wasn't supposed to have 10 wins neither. We wasn't supposed to. Now we might end up having 12. Like I said,
I'm gonna give you
11. Like I said,
I honestly believe that your coach is in the running for coach of the year. To be honest, I feel like your defense has overachieved for sure. It's been a multitude of things that's been going on, but a team as a whole, y'all well coached. Y'all make plays. Y'all been efficient for the most part, and then plus from the beginning of the season until y'all went on y'all little 3-game losing streak. Then y'all had your little bad week to recoup. Y'all come out of that. You know what I'm saying? So now you got a chance to make the playoffs. So now, you're feeling good. But other than that, it's no excuses at all.
That's all I hear. Excuses.
All I know is that y'all making it seem like JD5 was hot all game. He wasn't.
He ain't been in the game. Like he got to be on the field to get hot. And we couldn't get the ball. We couldn't get on the field.
You telling me that y'all ain't had no drives all first half?
So you telling me y'all ain't dominate the time of possession? Not win. Dominate time of possession.
How? If Saquon had a long run,
I am asking you a question because you got the notes right in front of you. I'm not looking at the notes. Y'all dominated time of possession.
Saquon had one long run.
Can I?
Go ahead, Dave. Dave.
Can I input a little something? To Mark's point, he is right. Y'all had the ball for 36 minutes. They only had it for 23. And y'all also
had 100 drives.
Y'all also hold on. Yeah, I'm about to say. Y'all also won a turnover battle. The Commanders had 5 turnovers. Y'all had 2.
And so our defense on the field the whole time So what you gonna say about our defense on the field? Our defense on
I didn't say
23 minutes of defense. I feel like
y'all
we supposed to have 10 points.
I ain't say nothing about my defense being tired. I ain't say nothing about that.
Tired? Not for 23 minutes? Tired? What?
I didn't say nothing about my defense being tired.
They looked like they was tired.
I mean, they probably
Oh,
well.
my
I
bad.
mean,
That was the JD5 effect. You know,
we only had 3 pass rushes to go into the game.
JD5 effect. That's what happened.
He talking about JD5 effect. Oh my God, we get 5 turnovers for Hurts. We not getting 13 points off them turnovers or however whatever you.
I'm gonna just say career high. 5 on the best defense in the NFL.
So Kev,
the best defense in the NFL.
So Kev,
5.
all right, what are you expecting to happen if y'all play them in the playoffs?
We're not gonna play them in the playoffs.
We gonna find. Yes, we are. How you gonna dodge it?
If the bracket stays the same, y'all will play.
How you gonna dodge it?
The bracket's not gonna stay the same.
How you gonna dodge it?
We're gonna flip first and foremost because
y'all
they're
gonna win the
lose to
division.
Dallas because
y'all gonna
Dallas
win the division.
not losing to Kenny Pickett. I don't think you realize what
we can lose to Dallas. We're gonna lose the Giants.
So you're saying they're gonna lose the last 2 games?
The Giants tanking for number 1.
They might lose to because the
Giants
they're gonna rest their starters.
Number 1 pick.
They're gonna really rest their starters.
Why we rest our starters when we want this second? We want this number 2 seed.
Y'all, so why was this game not counting for y'all? Why did y'all make it seem like
because we still got the number 2 seed?
But now y'all want that 2 seed. Y'all want that number 1 seed. But now because y'all lost, it's not really a game, huh?
We still control it.
You said, bro, y'all beat Kenny Pickett.
I'm not saying.
Come on, we beat y'all defense. Y'all
Mark,
put up 30 points for Kenny Pickett,
man.
Don't they put up 30 points for Kenny Pickett, and they still lost.
Okay, I mean, you should feel good. I mean, Hurts put up 30 points on the number 1 defense before as a rookie. I mean, it's not the first time this has happened. I mean,
hey, look,
y'all make it seem like
Hurts
JD is the first person to do something against the number 1 defense.
Hurts don't compare to JD as a rookie, so stop comparing them to.
I'm just gonna put facts out there though. Y'all like
not even close.
Facts out there. This is not the first time a rookie has dropped 30 on the number 1 defense. I'm just letting you know that. Like the number 1 defense can be had. Like let's not make it seem like we
like I said earlier. We showed y'all who y'all was.
No, y'all didn't.
The number 1 defense can be had, and Washington showed Philly who they was.
Y'all show Philly that you got to see Philly again in Philly, not in Washington, not in the Northwest.
You acting like Philly fans don't run like the stadium when they there.
I'm not saying that. It don't matter.
So what's the difference? It's gonna look exactly the same in Philly.
That slop, that bowl of soup. We don't want to run that. I mean, but it's just so easy to run.
Look. All I hear is excuses, and
it's no
I'm gonna give JD5 credit. I'm gonna give JD5 credit. Okay,
give JD5 credit. First half of that game, you had half of the fan base in the chat talking about the Giants, talking about something. This game over. Blase woo. That's nah. And then next thing you know, the confidence came in. Even Joe. Even Joe came in there was like, Joe made his comments.
That's a solid
comment.
But also,
no. I don't care what Joe said. I'm not Joe. Joe ain't got nothing to do with what I say.
Let me get my shout out to Joe. Let me get my shout out to AJ because they tried to tell me over and over again last year. We know I was the biggest one. Like we don't need CJ, GJ.
No, said
we don't need CJ.
No, said you got it.
Hey, Joe can say all he want. We can pull up the receipts in the chat. But like I said, it was the Coyers first. Joe, you ain't say you quit, but you said something. But I want to give my shout out to Joe and AJ because they tried to talk me down about the CJ GJ thing. I was saying that we don't need CJ GJ. He ain't. As soon as he left the game, everything changed. Like I was like, that was just different. It was insane of the impact that was. Even he was baffled by how him getting kicked out the game.
So why you care too much about players that's on your that's starters, right?
Not exactly because I mean it's always next man up. It's always next man up. But when you look at the facts,
about CJ,
when you look at the facts, when you look at the facts of how your quarterback changed, like the whole dynamic of the game changed the moment he left.
50% of our offense is injured. We didn't even play 50% of our offense is injured.
That's a coincidence.
50% of our offense is injured. No one said anything about we missing these players. No,
I didn't say that. We wasn't missing CJ. He got kicked out.
That's my point. Y'all are the only team that sits here and cries about missing
I'm not
players.
crying about it. I'm telling you
Like
that
we ain't had Jonathan Allen the whole season. You think our run defense would be that bad if we had Jonathan Allen?
Your quarterback
No.
was playing like a rookie. He wasn't JD5. We alive until CJ got ejected.
Man,
That's a fact.
JD5 threw the 2 passes before
It's a
CJ
fact.
got
He had
ejected.
a touchdown. He still was losing.
All right, hold on, fellas.
He was coming back. That's what I'm telling you. Y'all going up too early, too fast.
Hey, fellas, I just got. All right, so look, we got 5 minutes left in the show.
5 minutes.
Right.
5 minutes.
We're gonna give each of y'all. We're gonna try to give y'all at least a minute to recap this or give your last words about how you feel about this game and where your team is going.
Let my knee go first.
Because I was gonna say right now it's a lot of what ifs and maybes going on.
No what ifs, all facts over here. He's saying what if. You know what I'm
saying? I'm just saying this is what I'm hearing. And also King Eagle, my brother Dave gonna reach out to you because it seemed like you want to join the NFL chat too. You calling a lot of people mid. So look, Kev. Dave asked a question earlier. Mark said y'all won't play in the playoffs. Can you answer that question for us right quick and give us your last words?
As of right now, it's like inevitable. If we would have won the game, it would have been a big possibility that we probably wouldn't have seen y'all. But as of right now, it's almost impossible for y'all to dodge the fact that y'all gonna end up playing us. If was a fifth, if we lose to who? The Dallas Cowboys. We got to play the Giants next. Y'all play the Falcons next week. The Falcons coming off a hot week just like y'all. They feeling just like y'all. Falcons feeling hot. They got a new quarterback in there. He ain't had to do too much. He threw a pick, but they still was able to put up points. They still looking efficient, however, whatever. Y'all don't have too much tape on him. He's a rookie too. I mean, that's a whole lot going on right there. You need this, that, and third. But so I mean, I find it real hard, especially these last 2 games. For one, it's not given that Hurts is even out because the reports I've heard is that Hurts seemed like he's pretty much fine. They're not saying that it's like a serious concussion or however, whatever. Also, even if he was to miss that game, he'll be back by the time we play the Giants. We ain't losing. Huh? Why wouldn't he play? Why wouldn't he play? That'll be a game. That'll be a must win for us. If we lose to the Cowboys, the Giants game is a must win.
None of y'all already secured the playoffs. Y'all gonna get
the playoffs, but we also want home games in the playoffs. We want any however whatever to come through Philly. So they're gonna make sure that's their game. The Giants, I mean, that'll be up to them. They want to give up their first overall pick just to make the Eagles be a 6 seed. I mean, that would be dumb, but I mean, you never know. I mean, the Giants technically already tanked, so it is what it is. But Philly, this game right here, it don't really tell me much about nothing. We get Bryce Huff back. We get to the playoffs. It's a big chance that Brandon Graham comes back if we win the first playoff game, I believe, something like that. It's already in the talks that it's a big chance he can come back.
Bro went over 60 seconds 3 times.
What? I know. Mark, it's Mark time to go. I said a minute each.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, over there talking about a bunch of nothing.
Oh man,
none of that even matters. That's what he's talking about right now. Look, I'm gonna say this before I leave. I know it's 7:58. We just show over at 8, but like, look, y'all can say what y'all want. Oh, y'all played against Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett put up points, but y'all defense gave up a lot of points, and y'all supposedly the number 1 defense in the league. Supposedly, you see that quote, air quotes. Supposedly. How y'all do that and let a rookie just, come out and do this? And y'all was up 2 scores, first and foremost, in the first half. Y'all was up 2 scores, and we came back. On y'all defense, well, all y'all had to do was run the ball, and y'all couldn't do that because our defense stepped up too. After
9 in the box. But go ahead. My bad.
9 in the box, 10 in the box, 8 in the box, don't matter.
You ain't doing that.
You lost. Saquon had 40 yards after those two big runs. He had 40 yards total. And he had 35 rushes. So don't say y'all ain't give him the ball. Yeah, okay. That's all them rushes. And the Commanders just basically proved what we already knew.
But to put 9 in the box to stop him?
We knew that JD5 was a monster already. He was gonna be an issue to all these players. He already knew he was gonna be probably the best quarterback in the NFC East in the next couple of years. but he's making his turn. He's making his name early, a statement early. He's showing y'all his rookie year. This is what y'all gonna get for the next 10 years, easy. So I mean, there's nothing they can say. I don't want to hear nothing they got to say because they wasn't the first ranked defense the first time they played us. They wasn't. They were this time, and he put up 5 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 touchdowns.
Now, with that being said, we're gonna take the rest of this debate back to the NFL chat. If you want to be a part of the conversation and you want to keep it going, click the link below so you can become a member and you can join those Instagram chats. We have the 3 tiers. Click the link below for more information. I know, Dave, you're gonna probably reach out to the Eagle fans, so we're gonna see how this turn up continues. Fellas, let's get our last words in right with Kev.
You gotta see us again. My God. Everybody knows when you play a team 3 times. Dallas, you know. What's happened the last time we had to play y'all 3 times?
We beat y'all.
Exactly. So
but
we beat y'all the first 2, right?
I
believe so.
I think so, yeah. Because no.
So,
yeah, because we had to play out. No, we beat y'all one of those times because they said it's hard for y'all to beat a team twice. That's what it was. So we yeah.
We had beat y'all. Y'all beat us.
No, we beat y'all all 3 times because it was Romo. I remember.
Nah, you a lie. You a lie now.
Go back and check it out. But go ahead. It's not my last words. I gotta get ready.
Beat us in the chat, King Eagle. Beat us in the chat, King Eagle. Beat us in the chat. But y'all not beating us again. I mean, y'all had y'all fun with our regular season. I mean, you like you say, playing with house money, so you can talk all you want. Regular season, next 10 years, we said the same thing about Hurts. He's still doing this thing. Sirianni record, I think he took another L without Hurts. So I mean, people talking about, oh, the team don't work without Hurts. Oh, you see what happened? No Hurts. That happens. But Mark, just make sure you're available when we play on the playoffs. Because y'all gonna see us.
I'm always available.
Can't run from it. Like the Corey said, already has. But King Eagle, meet us in the chat, bro.
All right. Since he took 2 minutes, he took up like 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm gonna just take 30 seconds. And I'm gonna say, if you haven't, like or subscribe to the to the video, go ahead and do that before we end out. Thank everybody for watching. They got the links in the chat, so if y'all want to join the chats, do your thing. Commanders over here, like we said, NFC East do run a chat, to be honest with you. So if y'all in the NFC East, King Eagle, you want to debate, you can debate with Kev because there's nothing we can talk about. I'm already saying what I had to say. It's over.
10 wins.
So it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. So that's it. You got it.
And just like they say in the red, that's my last word. In the red corner is next. So if you want to stick around and tune in for some boxing content, you can stick around right here. Actually, go back. No, you're on YouTube. I'm thinking like we in the studio. Just stay right here in the red corner at 8:10. Okay.
And for me, thank y'all for coming on. Have a great show, Tomo, at 8:10. Great content. Can't wait to see what's going to happen in the NFL chat. Peace.
That's what happened when you're first in the division, baby.
Oh my God. Let's get out of here.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.